Alright. Cool. Hey, my name is juh0rse. I was here for Bishibashi Special 2, and now I'm back, with another game. This is the last game that I'll be playing for the marathon, which is, Incredible Crisis. This is all cutscenes, by the way. Also, I have, Yorkie, or Yorkie Desu, so say hi.
Hi, juh0rse is kind enough asked me to commentate this run because it's crazy and stupid.
Yeah, this game is very, very fast-paced as well. It's also very wacky as well, and I absolutely enjoy this game. I picked
amazing.
this. Yeah,
if
I picked this game up.
it, you should.
I picked this game up like last year, because Yorkie was like wanting more people to actually play this game. I was like, okay, sure, I'll play this game. I absolutely adore this game. By the way, we are gonna just start off in 3, 2, 1, go. So, I don't wanna, like, how you say it, like, stall a lot, because most of the time I'm actually stalling around here, but for now, I'm just gonna speed things up. Incredible Crisis is, a wacky kind of, like, mini-game kind of game, where you follow four members of a family, where you have to, like, go back home and celebrate your grandma's 81st birthday. In the game, they will talk, like, at the start of the game, they actually will talk about the story about, the grandma actually, like, having her birthday today. And then all the family members do not remember that it's her birthday today, so it's, wow, it's a weird thing. Also, the whole music in this game is by Tokyo Ska Orchestra or something like that.
Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra.
Yeah, Paradise Orchestra, yeah.
Basically, yeah. You'll find out as you go through each of the individual stories that it's what sort of happens. You don't really learn a lot until the very sort of end. But yeah.
Yeah. So there are 4 family members. Teneo, Etsuko, Tsuyoshi, and Ririka. And then you have the grandma, which is Tatsu.
Oh, you've missed someone in that
Hatsu,
family,
actually.
You know? You've missed the dog.
The dog! Pesu the dog. Pesu the dog is like the best character in this game, but like, you don't even get to play with him or like, get to like, see him at all. Only like, during cutscenes with the grandma. But yeah, everyone forgets that it's the grandma's birthday today, and then the grandma's like, okay, I hope you guys are gonna be back home. But yeah, we are gonna play all cutscenes, which all cutscenes relates to every cutscene in the game, and all the cutscenes in the game is actually really, really wacky, as the mini games as well.
Yeah, so there's a lot that happens for the 4 family members. But basically, it's you follow them as they journey home, and to put it simply, it's kind of like a challenge to see who can get home in the weirdest way.
Mm-hmm.
That's the easiest way to think of this game.
Right. So this is the first mini game. It's just a rhythm game. They give you like a simple kind of game, mini game, to start off with the whole story and whole fiasco with the game going forth. But yeah, talk about the stress meter, by the way.
Oh yeah, so in the top right you'll see the stress meter. If you miss a prompt, or, well, in this particular minigame, if you miss a prompt it'll go up. As you get more and more stressed, the icon on the right basically gets a bit more, well, it goes a bit crazy, and eventually you'll blow your top, as the saying goes, and you'll lose a life. But if you do perfect things, it goes down. So you can generally sort of balance it pretty well in this.
Whoops.
I say that, commentator's curse. But you get lives at the end of every sort of section of character, so you'll generally have enough lives throughout the game. But the majority of the mini-games are button mash related, and they are painful.
Mm-hmm.
Very painful.
Yeah, so
you'll see one of the first ones coming up. Like this little press X here, this is easy. This is nothing. Like, this is fine. Yeah, everyone like does nice de-stressing dancing at the end of the workday. You know, it's totally normal so far. But yeah, Portineo, he doesn't have the best of days.
Yeah.
No one in the family really has the best of days. But yeah, it's pretty simple. It starts off really nice with a nice song.
A nice workout as well.
Game too.
And then there's a sphere. Uh-oh! Everyone runs away. Also, if you saw the lady in the red, keep an eye for the lady in red because she will appear in the game like multiple times.
Yes.
Yes. This is
so there are a couple of recurring characters that you'll see about in the stages. The doctors, the lady in the red dress, the wolves, who you'll meet soon. But yeah, they've just run out of the door that the globe was in, and it comes out of another door on the opposite side. I don't understand that. The game doesn't seem to understand that. But you basically just got to tap X to get away
oh my god!
You basically got to tap X in a rhythm to avoid using all of your like coffee drinks at the bottom.
That was pretty close on the second one.
That was pretty close there. That was pretty close. But this is the first button mash minigame. And it's the start of basically giving your fingers a workout. But yeah, it's nice and safe in the elevator. Just ignore the Elevator of Doom name for the game. It's totally not. It's totally not Elevator of Doom.
Alright.
But a nice big emergency stop button that you've got to tap here, and you've got to avoid objects as they fall down, like kettles.
Please, thank you. That's a really good RNG right there.
Yes, because you can get caught with a falling object after you've stopped.
Yeah, they would give you like 2 falling objects. We didn't get the 2 falling objects, which is good. There we go. That's really good RNG.
Yeah.
Next one is gonna be something really weird and wacky. It's called Nut on a Wire. You will see why.
Yeah, Portineo. He's finally stopped the elevator.
Explosion. Oh, this is the first explosion of like maybe I think 3 or 4 explosions that you see on Teneo. It starts off really wacky.
But yeah, the Nerd on a Wire minigame is also pretty annoying.
Alright, there you go.
You'll see why. Basically, you've got to get the bar into the green, and it's not as easy as juh0rse making it look here, like at all. The bar goes up randomly. Well, not randomly, but it has like a couple of different speeds, and trying to listen out for them is a bit of a pain. So that's not very. That's very good, even should I say. And then it gets smaller.
Ooh.
And it should almost be done.
Yeah, almost. Can I get into the green? Thank you. Yeah, nice.
In fact, brilliant.
That's actually fast. Not gonna lie, yeah.
It doesn't end well for Portineo. The statue like falls, but he survives.
He survives after like a 40-floor drop. Yeah, sure. But yeah, the ball doesn't hit him, or the sphere doesn't hit him.
The ball just waits for the door to open, and he totally doesn't die from the statue falling on him from like 60 floors up.
Oh yeah, you get a report card after every minigame, or after every chapter, I guess. After
every chapter you get a report card and you get extra lives. Well, you should be getting extra lives. The report cards don't make sense at all in how they give you a score. You can have B's and you'll get A pluses. You can have A's and you can get A pluses.
Yep.
It completely just makes itself up. Like,
You get a C, you get an A plus as well, which is good. Also, I need
these guys are amazing. Well. These are my two favorite characters in the whole game. The ambulance, the paramedics. All you've got to do is answer the questions, which is a totally legitimate way of like seeing if you're alive. In Japan, apparently. The questions are totally simple.
That's
you know,
bad.
like is 21 an even number, which is obviously
it's obviously no.
But if you get 2 wrong in a row, or is it 3, you get another trick shot. Which
I think yeah, 3 or 4 around there.
But the questions get progressively harder. So they'll start off like this. Even in the Japanese version, they're pretty much the same questions. But yeah, they like to throw 1 of 3, I think, at you at the end, which has different wordings.
Oh no, I forgot there's no...
Centimeters!
No! Ow! Do not shock me! Ouch. I don't remember about these things. Oh, okay, this one's yes.
Thankfully, he's not got any of the awkward ones. Some of them
there are long-ended questions where it will say like, oh, this guy is tall, this guy is short, who is short? And then like you don't know which one is it.
But we survived, so we obviously don't need to go to the hospital, so they just throw us out the back.
Yep. Alright, this is the stretcher minigame.
Now it's about 1 to 2 minutes of UA.
Yeah, this is the stretcher minigame where you have to just do this, like, all the time. But like, there's a cheese strat for this one actually. So the cheese strat is just, hold on, if I could like, not to get hit, like that, and then just do this. You literally just do this for 2.5 minutes.
Bash into the wall.
Yeah. This is how you drive in traffic right here on a stretcher.
Yeah, who needs to worry about all the traffic that's coming with you where you can just mash into the wall and die?
So this strat was actually found out by Yorkie actually. Yorkie himself. He actually found this cheese strat, and this is one of 2 cheese strats that that does this. So yep.
This one is like nice to you, this minigame. The other minigame where you can do a similar cheese strat is
yeah, the other cheese strat is horrible because you have to mash 3 buttons at the same time. This one is just 1 button. Legitimately just 1 button where you just have to mash like left or right. Later on you will see me mash like 3 buttons and it will be a tiring experience for me. And I need full concentration for that one.
Like the toughest minigames.
It's one of the toughest minigames,
yeah. So it throws it at you right after you've done 3 instances of the worst minigame in the whole game. That get progressively harder each time you play them. juh0rse managed to do the 3 minigames blindfolded, which is an insane task. Like, even seeing the minigames is a tough ask. Like, playing them normally is a pretty tough ask, but juh0rse has toughed it out and like done them blindfolded at another event. But we should be absolutely fine now. Once you get to 50 meters, it's clean sailing.
Alright.
Yeah, there we go. So that's nice and simple. So we meet 2 recurring characters now. One for the last time.
This is the first one.
Yeah, this is the first one.
This is the first one. The sphere is the first character we meet, the recurring character we meet, and then the second one is this one.
And
remember what I said about the
most wholesome minigame.
Yes.
Completely wholesome. I will not have anyone say anything else at all.
Wholesome. Do not say anything. It's wholesome, alright?
Yeah, it's wholesome. We only play wholesome minigames.
By the way, this guy has a wife. Just want to point that out again. This guy has a wife and a family.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Also, those jets that we see there are from the other minigame further on. But yeah, the Love Ferris Works and Love Ferris Wheel and Fireworks, even sorry, where you've got to find a specific spot to massage your coworker. And this minigame on a console is near impossible. Well, I say near impossible. One of the toughest ones.
Yeah. If you play this on emulator, it's actually better than console.
Yeah, you can clear it in one spot. You'll hear. So basically, the reason this minigame in particular is pretty tough is finding the spot before the bar starts to drop, but also because the game is very, nice in that it completely accepts every single input you mash, and totally doesn't drop random inputs at all. So you'll hear him mashing, and there'll be pauses when you're hearing the noise for it, and it's the game just completely dropping the input, and it makes it so much more awkward to run.
Down. Ooh, just
so,
just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
There.
Don't say that ever again. Or don't do that. Okay, there we go.
There we go. So 3 is not. Well, 3 is really good for the console.
Yeah, 3 is really good for the console already. Sometimes I could get like 5 or 6 tries with this.
No.
By the way, it's a back massage, alright? It's a back massage. Do not think anything dirty about it. It's a back massage. Also,
he's really happy.
Bye. See you.
He just jumps out.
Like, we gave her a back massage and she's like, yep, alright, I'm just gonna yeet myself. And then we see at the back.
Where she had space for this bomb, I do not know. But it's wholesome. Do not have any lewd thoughts about where that bomb was.
This is the second explosion, by the way.
Poor Tadeo gets yeeted across onto the chopper. Yeah.
Alright. That's the second chapter done. See, I still got an A, but like it's not even an A+.
CCB is an A, yes.
It's not even a B at all, it's just an A. But yeah, an A+ actually gives you 2 lives, 2 extra lives.
A+ gives you 2 lives, yeah.
A will give you 1 life, and then B and below would not give you any lives if I'm not mistaken. Probably another life for B.
I think you get 1 for B.
I think so, yeah. Other than that, he becomes like James Bond or Johnny English, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, he's...
Get your hands off me, you dirty old man! Get away from me! He just goes
thrown into the Tokyo Bay.
Yeah. Oh yes, there is also context about this thing right here. The
so
the UFO.
So we meet some aliens, like completely, Independence based. I don't know why it has 4 on the end.
Oh, here's the a little bit of the context later on in the game. So, right now it talks about this. Keep that in mind. He makes this expression. That's terrible. You will find out why it's terrible, like quote unquote terrible. It's not even that terrible,
when we get
but
to play Rurika later on. So, absolute banger of a track right now. This is one of my favourites. But you just got to shoot the ship. Not shoot the ship. shoot the rockets.
The rockets, yeah, shoot the rockets.
Yeah. But surprisingly, if they fire rockets at you, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't damage at all.
It doesn't raise your stress. You only get stressed if they hit the mothership. But yeah, of course, aliens.
Aliens.
What day would it be without, aliens?
Oh yeah, here's one of those rockets. It's shooting at us, but like the stress meter doesn't even go down at all, which is a
it
thing.
Doesn't even stop you from firing if you wanted to. You can just keep firing rockets up at the.
They're not even shooting at the weird UFO anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was meant to be coded to be like that, but.
I like how they're not even aiming at the UFO. Okay, there we go. They're not even aiming at the UFO anymore. They just focus on me. There's a lot of places where it's like sour please or PPDs in the chat because it's beggar music. Like I said, every single music in this game is actually made by Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. It's so good.
Yeah, if you ever play this casually, it's such an amazing like game to play just for the music.
Yep.
But yeah, they finally managed to hit you, you know, and blow up your turret. That of course, you know, you have an anti-aircraft turret. You know, just
here comes one of the hardest mini games in the game.
Ah, yes. Poor boatman. The boatman has such. You know, you think Taneo and the family have a rough day. The poor boatman has the worst day of his life today.
Yeah.
You know, with his brush, you know, you see a plug in a boat, you totally just
boom.
Unplug it.
What have you done? All right. Here comes.
Yeah, this one's. You've got a bucket that has a hole in it. So you can't it doesn't keep the water, but you basically mash X to fill it up, triangle to throw it, and you've got your pink umbrella to prevent being hit by things that get thrown up, which you'll soon see.
Yeah, stupid thing is that like Yoiki said, I can actually do this game blindfolded 3 times, because this mini game alone actually comes out 3 times, and like even if you do this with sight, it's so hard to even do it. Like legitimately so hard to even do it if you're playing this casually.
You have audio cues for everything that gets thrown up, but the game, when it throws 2, which it will do eventually, they can be so hard to hear the difference, like between 2 going up at once and an individual one. But yeah, you basically keep mashing. The speed of the boat depends on how fast you basically empty the bucket. So if you can get into a really nice rhythm with it.
Where's the boatman?
Up to a certain point. But where's the boatman? Yeah, he'll eventually come back.
Okay, there we go. My God.
You know, so he eventually somehow comes through that tiny little hole. That, you know.
Yeah. I was about to say this, like, having 7 items actually thrown at you is actually really bad RNG, because you're actually mashing
instantly with the boatman as well.
So you're mashing with X just to fill the water up, and then you're throwing the water with triangle, and then and in order for you to actually bring out the umbrella, you need to have your left or right D-pad. To actually bring up the umbrella, and you need to mash like one hand on the X and the triangle, and then the other hand on the D-pad so that you could bring out the umbrella. This was actually so horrible. Yeah,
the boatman, like, you know, he spawns back at the end, but I'm pretty sure he never came back.
Yeah. Hence, this is why like it's one of those hard mini games. Also, we go into the subway. This is one of those mini games where it's actually skipped. By the way, in the Japanese version of the game, they have this one, which is a kanji mini game where you have to read kanji quickly. But
to figure out some button presses. Yeah.
But because this is the English translated version, or like the NTSCU version of the game, this mini game is actually skipped. The translators for this game for this game is actually Titus Games, or Titus Interactive. They are the people who also made Superman 64, and the Japanese company who actually made this is called Polygon Magic. It's really good. Also, this is the end of Teneo.
Yeah, it's the perfect train travel. You know, straight back to your house. This is the best game that Titus ever did, or ever did. Quite literally, and it's not even a game that they made.
It's a very decent game from them.
Yeah, so they had great pedigree here. So in the background there you saw another recurring character, one of the ambulance men.
I forgot to bring up my notes, because I do need to bring up my notes for this one.
Oh, you do? Yes. There are some parts that seem to be RNG, but after Duo joined, like, running the game, between like me, him, and another runner, we mainly duo, but broke down all the patterns for some of the more awkward minigames.
Yep.
Most noticeably a Simon Says one, which I absolutely despise later on.
This is a mashing minigame because I had to mash.
Yes, oh yeah, you can't hold X
please.
here.
Please.
So you
Oh, this is the best
mash
pattern.
X to get to each corner, and it is so painful.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not free just yet.
Yeah, that's the best pattern of the game because once you mash, once everyone turns green, you can actually just mash. There is gonna there are certain patterns where like one of them will actually turn yellow, and it's like nope, you can't really go. Unless you
Yeah, it
actually
doesn't
mash
make
fast.
much sense with it because like some yellow patterns are good and that you can get past them, and other yellow patterns are like instant death, and it's ridiculous.
Here comes
Yeah, we got to get
Indiana
the golden
Jones.
pig.
Yeah, this is Indiana Jones. We have to put in items into our bag and just exchange it for that golden pig. I need my notes for this one.
So there are 4 possible variations in weight that you start with. You haven't checked the weight yet.
Yeah, I need to check the weight. It's 6666 anyways. So I need to take this out anyways.
So you have to then swap in the weight in the items. You haven't swapped out the other item.
I know. I'm gonna swap it out right now.
Yeah, you swap in items to make it up to the weight. Now, any normal housewife, totally fine to have, carrots, leeks, fish, completely fine. Now, I don't think it's in this particular one, but she also has a gun magazine.
Yeah, she has a gun magazine.
Because it's totally normal. But yeah, that one is pretty stressful if you don't know the 4 patterns for it with the exact items, and it just before I was aware of it, killed like a couple of runs. But yeah, we're not home free yet. We've got another rhythm minigame coming up.
Yep. Oh yeah, but as Yorkie was mentioning about the whole findings and stuff like that. So when I came into this game, I wanted to make a lot of things easier for myself. So the first thing I wanted to do was to make also at school, and then later on you will see like one of the later mini game is just says at Tusco if I'm not mistaken. But yeah,
I think it's this.
Yeah, this one. So the one that I wanted to find out which one is easier first was pound for pound, and then afterwards I made it more easier with like Tusco. I made it more easier with like the other mini games, which is during Ririka's mini games. So Ririka's mini games have a lot of places where it's RNG, but you also do need to take items into her bag. But later on I will explain about. Oh, Yoki will explain about it. Yeah.
So this one's like pretty simple. The only problem is that the timing for so the timing for the buttons is a bit ridiculous on this. So if you get perfect, you get a nice little beep like that. But if you don't time it correctly, you get the other trumpet noise like that.
Yeah.
But thankfully, you've only got to do 8 patterns, I think, for this.
Yep. It's just
and 8. You can generally mess up, 1 or 2 notes in each one without worrying. And as long as it's not too far off the actual thing, so as long as you don't completely miss it, your stress meter will go up by tiny amounts. So according to the game, that was a bit of a bigger miss. But yeah, you've got to tap these in rhythm, and it throws the little bars to swap them around. It's pretty awkward first playthrough, but as you play it more, you'll generally know where everything is, and then you get a nice little
guns. Sway left and right.
Well, we also find out the name of the strongest weapon.
Yeah, the strongest weapon in the game.
Yeah.
The weird thing is that on top of the golden pig is actually the buttons on the PlayStation.
Yeah, so it's triangle,
controller.
circle, X, and square, and you don't press like half of them in the mini game.
Yeah. Also, that thing is called Benjamin. That robot thing is called Benjamin.
The ultimate weapon, Benjamin, and it gets completely broken by Netsuko and the foodstuffs. And also now we're in in the Alps, on a snowboard.
Yeah.
Because logic in this game is
I like how you went from downtown Japan to a Alps in the middle of nowhere.
But this minigame is another 2 minutes of
it's an auto scroller, yeah.
Tapping buttons, yeah.
But
you've got to tap left and right, to basically keep yourself centered or in wherever you are, and whilst dodging gunshots and grenades.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no cheese strat for this one. You just have to dodge left and right.
But hopefully, if you get a good pattern, you can have it like this, where they stay at either side, and you can just sit in the big middle space. But occasionally they like to they like to compress into the middle and make it a bit more awkward. So you've got less space to dodge on the left, like here now. But yeah, it's another absolute banger of a track.
A lot of if you guys want to, then PPDs or Sour Please in the chat. It's so much of a banger. It's really good.
I don't know what it is with games from this era that had ska soundtracks. They were just so good. But yeah, thankfully it's she's keeping her shopping. She remembers that she's got to cook something nice tonight. So she can't let that go. That's
I remember when I played this game for a marathon, someone said that, oh my god, someone said that Etsuko is like a sister of Cooking Mama or some shit, stuff like that, yeah.
It's something you cannot unsee when you...
Uh-oh.
You should still be okay.
Yeah, I should be okay anyways.
Yeah, you should be okay.
Alright, cool.
But yeah, it's again a pretty tough one to keep under wraps, because although it seems really easy when you're watching someone do this, the tapping left and right has to be in a very precise rhythm. And also we fall to our death. Totally. Of course not. We
Ooh,
would
that's a
die
B.
there.
Yeah, you don't get a life for this one. Yeah.
It's been so long since I've seen a B.
Yeah, I guess with the whole card thing, or the grading card, it doesn't really waste any time at all, even if you get an A+.
Yeah, the speed of the grading cards is the same as far as we're aware, at least.
Oh yeah.
It
she steals a jet fighter for this one. She falls into a facility all the way into the abyss, and then there is a secret facility inside the abyss. And then she's like, "Oh no, I'm late for dinner," and then she steals a jet fighter.
Yep. But thankfully it has autopilot.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's looks like Top Gun. Oh my god, the names. But yeah, this is another auto-scroller. Unfortunately, this one is the only one without music. You don't have any banging soundtracks here. But you basically got to dodge all the doors, all the oncoming fighter pilots that are coming back into the facility for some reason. And it's the longest one as well. But coming up is a very fun minigame afterwards. But yeah, this one is pretty boring. You can generally just sit at the bottom and dodge a lot of things. Wait, is there actually music?
Yeah, there's music for this one. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, no, I thought there wasn't. When I played this, I can't hear
Every single one of the games have music. What are you talking about?
My god.
You don't know?
I don't think I've heard this over the noise of the game then.
Oh
my god. Oh, so ignore me.
It sounds like a spy.
Less times than Duo.
Yeah, it sounds like a spy spy-esque.
Yeah, it's a very now that I can actually hear it.
Oh yeah, every single jet fighter is just going back and then you're just going forward, just getting out of this facility. Everyone just like goes back.
Running it on emulator.
Oh yeah, you run this game on emulator, so like basically some of the minigames on the emulator is actually faster, but I play this on the console.
The game as a whole isn't though. I'm pretty sure the game as a whole is quicker on console. Based on the opening minigame being 7 seconds faster outright. But yeah, you make up so in the emulator the mashing minigames are easier because it accepts all of your inputs pretty much. In console, pretty much every other mission is quicker because it plays as it should do. But the mashing minigames are more awkward.
Best stuff right here, by the way.
Oh yeah, this one is another one that isn't really RNG. The pans are exactly the same. And if you miss one, juh0rse, I've put in the 8th and 9th.
I saw.
spots in the game. You know, just in case you like me and miss one. But you've got to shoot the switch on the back of the giant juh0rse bear. And also, this is an absolute another banger of a track.
Good. So you need to have like 8 shots on the bear. If you miss one, you have like what 9 and 10 as well.
Yeah. So you can, I think you can miss 2 at most.
Yeah.
Before like the game will, because your stress meter goes up no matter what in this one, because of how long the auto scroller is as a whole. But yeah, you've just basically got to shoot the giant pink bear several times.
Yeah. So the first, second, and third shots are always on the middle left, and then 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th shots. Right. Yeah. On the bottom right. That's why I'm just like on this bottom right at the moment. 2 more hits on the bottom right, and then the last one is gonna be on the middle left. That is like the perfect, perfect placement for it. It's gonna do a little turn around and then bang.
But yeah, so like you'll notice that we're alone here. There's no other jets.
Yeah, there's no other jets because all the other jets actually went back to the facility.
But yeah, we'll find out about this bear in a short while. We have one more character to run through, who is the worst.
Oh yeah, it's the worst character.
who has one mini game that cost me 3 minutes when I went back to try this again.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so far returning home vehicles, we've had a train, and now we've had a jet that we've stolen.
So yeah, that's it. That's about it for this one.
But yeah, that is the end of Etsuko's travels. You get a nice A+, brilliant. She has the best victory, like, card as well, in my opinion.
Victory pose.
Yeah. But yeah, we get to meet Tsuyoshi now. The incredible shrinking Tsuyoshi.
Yeah. Because this part is gonna be all shrinking now.
I've got to admit, I like the audio for him here. But so yeah, he's learning about, you know, his kaiju. You know, Godzilla, Mothra, you know, and now
Electric shock.
Electric shock and shrunk down. Also, watch the ant here. Like,
oh yeah, there's an ant.
The ant.
And then there's an ant.
Hello, Mr. Ant.
Oh,
and the ant like kicks him squarely in the nuts.
Oh yeah,
like twice. Like the ant is just like, I'm running away.
Bash!
Like,
kicks you in the nuts. This one, oh god, I don't like this one.
This minigame, yeah. So you start up at max stress, you've basically just got to climb. Simple. Totally simple. You know, if you get a perfect pattern now, no, good. So,
Oh, God.
so that giant, like, what I presume is like another ant of some kind, throws rocks at the top and causes landslides.
Oh, really? Oh, really? That's so bull.
But yeah, you just got to tap X as you go in. There is a kind of a cheese strat here for this.
No cheese strat
like
for this
mini
one.
game.
This is all RNG.
There's still a cheese strat where you can mash into the wall and as it slides you down and you stay in position a little bit.
Oh, please don't be a baby. Please don't be a baby. No, okay.
That's okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, basically what it wraps across the whole of the hill. Also, that is some good RNG right there.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can do double slides on where you are, and it's like can be so painful.
Another one of these stupid mini games is stupid and hard. I mean, okay, for Yoshi's mini games, they are just stupid and hard. Yeah.
Basically, they throw all the worst parts of other mini games into at you here. This one is okay up until you get to like the later ones. You'll see the bar disappears, and you know that's nice and simple. But the bar starts going up slower and slower, and the green spot gets smaller and smaller. Oof. But well, we may, if juh0rse does this perfectly, we may not see the spider.
You know, you do know that I've never done it perfectly before, right?
There's always.
There we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we get to see the most perfect, like high definition, like PS1 spider. Like so much has gone into rendering that spider for them.
How is that? Wow, I barely touched it.
But much like Nerd on a Wire, you've got to lean into the wind, basically.
Yeah, this is the same concept as Nerd on a Wire.
Oh my!
Oh really? That far away? Okay, I didn't realize about that one. I think that one's like.
But yeah, I don't think even if you were to play this casually, you'd have much trouble here with this mini game. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh wow.
You can have quite a few problems on the later levels. There's not many like actual prompts, which I suppose is the only good parts of Yoshi's missions like that.
Oh yeah, A plus C equals A plus.
Yes.
Oh, that's so good.
But yeah, so Chapter 2, Return from the Backyard, because apparently that was his backyard he fell into, or was in with all the pipes and stuff. But yeah, Titanic Away.
Titanic Away again, yeah. So you see the boatman right here. Now you question yourself, how did he get shrunken? Or how did he...
So yeah, the boatman is already shrunk, and he's already in the backyard. And it's like, well, how did that work?
How do you shrink?
Also, Tsuyoshi is exactly like his dad and just unplugs the boat. But we have to do the same again. So one thing I didn't say is that the bucket, you see Joe filling up to like 3 or 4 like stops.
Yeah, you technically can do this.
Further.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have to wait for this one.
Yeah.
So you technically can do this. Fill it. Wait, hold on. Come on, jump. Okay.
You're not going to be able to do it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh,
so we might not be good here, but basically,
there we go.
If you fill it all the way up like that, you get a really big boost in dropping the stress. But it is about twice as long as the other steps to actually fill it up to the top. So it's not worthwhile doing a lot.
It's not worth doing it at all for this part.
But yeah, this is the start of this minigame becoming much of a bigger pain than it ever should have been. But thankfully the boatman seems to be coming back pretty quickly in this one.
Yeah.
When the boatman's back, you obviously you can just mash away and like.
Yeah, you can mash with your 2 hands, but like once this comes back, you have to use like 1 hand just to mash X and then press triangle.
See,
and
this
it's
is
hard.
Oh my, triple. But yeah, the boatman has the worst day. Out of everyone in the whole of this, like, story, the poor boatman just wants to sail in peace, you know, he's repaired his ship. You know, doesn't want to have to deal with a certain family joining his ship and unplugging his boat. But yeah, this is the second of 3 times we'll be seeing this mission. And juh0rse should. Also, one thing to note: these bones, they're not fish. They don't look like fish bones to me. I'm very curious how the bones are like that as well.
All right, I might fail the next one because I haven't had practice with the next one, but we'll see.
Oh, this one is a repeat of the running minigame from earlier.
Yeah, it's the repeat of Bowling Inferno.
But rather annoyingly, it has frogs.
Oh yes.
In it, which will either jump or stay still. And there's no way of knowing until you get to it whether you need to duck or jump. But yeah, the poor frogs just get completely like yeeted by the mantis here. And pencils, and this is the last of it. So you only have to do 2 of them, which is really, really good. It means for a really fast minigame though.
We're done with juh0rse. juh0rse is like pretty short, but the most annoying minigames out there.
Yeah. So the ant from earlier is now like making amends for kicking juh0rse in the nuts. Like he's showing him where to go.
I'm sorry for kicking you in the nuts. Just follow me.
But juh0rse also has a really fun way of getting home. So you think, oh, he's home now? No. There's an extra step here.
Grandma. Oh no, this part of the game is... He's just pimping. He be pimping on the small car. Pimping. Out there to get all the insects. Put him in his car.
Yeah, A+, brilliant. So now we're on to the final character.
Yeah, this is the final character of the whole game, which is Ririka.
Who has some of the most, well, apart from like Titanic Away for the last time, most of her minigames are pretty...
Oh, this is all the context that you need to know in the game.
Yeah. So the game wraps up here. Like, I don't think I've seen this cutscene, like, in so long.
It's been... I should say this, it's been 6 months since I've, like, played this game. Like, it's been 6 months since I've, like, showcased this game on a speedrun marathon, and then at the same time, it's been also 6 months since I've touched this game. So,
yeah,
having this game on a speedrun marathon is quite a treat. Alright, this is to avoid all the...
So, this one, I'm gonna say is simple, but depending how the teacher wants to act, you basically just got to avoid him... Oh, man. No way.
Oh!
Oh, so close.
There we go.
But yeah, you've got to avoid him turning around and throwing chalk at you with his, laser aim.
Yeah. One small move, you are screwed.
And also, yeah, the teacher cannot stop you. Once you're in that chair, the teacher, you can't stop you from leaving.
Oh yeah, this is the best part. This is one of those best parts in this game. Wow, what a beautiful lady. Looks at her.
Yeah,
like,
so
wow.
she's off to Shibuya to get the sales.
Need my notes again.
So this one is also RNG, but not RNG. It's one of a set seed. So Duo went through and found out where everything is, depending which seed you get. But you basically just got to choose the correct item and put it in your basket.
So there are like 4 different patterns. I got kind of an alright one.
So, one fun fact about this game is that it was released in arcades.
Oh yeah,
as well.
that's true, yeah.
But the arcade version came out after the PS1 version. And you play like one of 2 set paths. And I don't even understand how you would play this in the arcade, to be honest. The mashing segments would look something out of like a monstrosity. True. But yeah, so that's nice and quick. So we get AA. We're coming up to another mission that was removed in... Oh, another minigame that was removed in the English version.
That minigame has been removed, yeah.
Like
so
5 minutes
no, 10,
of
10,
auto-scroller.
10.
10 minutes of auto-scroller.
So basically we go to like a karaoke bar because all our friends are in the karaoke bar. Also, before we actually go into the karaoke bar, we just do this.
We find out why... Oh yeah, aliens again. You know, batteries not included. Esque aliens. That face.
This is great.
Yeah, she hypnotizes him with the magic finger.
It's like the fingers circle around. Yeah, man. Also, look at the left side.
Oh,
it's actually the logo of the game.
Yeah.
You get the game
So one
like
thing,
physically, yeah.
The PAL release of this game has the best artwork.
Yeah.
The Japanese and American release use the logo there, the lone top.
Yep. So
yeah, so we
skipped this one. So basically, the reason why we skipped this one is also the same thing as why we skipped the kanji minigame, which is the translation for this one is actually really bad, and at the same time, it's a 10-minute auto-scroller where you have to sing 3 songs. It's a really long auto-scroller. It's a good thing that we are actually playing this on the US version of the game.
Its intention is still unknown.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
The UFO, the Simon Says UFO is actually the mama of this UFO that Rebecca has. And then earlier in the game, Teneo was like, "That's terrible." This is the context of why he said it was terrible. So yep. So don't let them attack you. That's the mothership. What are you talking about? And he's look at this. Just don't let them attack, okay? If you don't do it, I'll never clean my room again. And then Taneo's like, "That's terrible. That's not terrible."
That
sure.
Is all. So that is all you need to know. Is that's why Taneo got into the missile defense, like, and shot at everything firing at the ship. Also, this is the Simon Says minigame, where you've got to press the button presses as they appear, and this was also, like, RNG, but not RNG. It has set patterns that Duo found, which makes this minigame so much easier. Because as long as you know how many button presses you have to do, all you need to do is check the first colour.
I kind of screwed that up.
Yeah, you at least didn't do it on one of the 6 or 8 ones.
Yeah.
But how fast it appears, there's 1 or 2 different speeds later on. For one of the longer ones, you can have a fast pattern or a slow pattern, which is why I hate this minigame, because I always got the slow pattern and forgot everything. I used to write down each color as it appeared on a piece of paper when I was running this game.
There you go.
But yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. So the way on how this one works is that they will give you like a certain color. You don't really care about the whole looking at this thing because it will. If you play this casually, it kind of tricks your mind into like memorization and stuff like that. But like if you look at the first color of the of the
sequence.
Yeah, the sequence, you can actually find out what it is.
But yeah, they get slowly longer. You've got a certain amount of time to put them in, and
okay, I think this is the fast one.
News anchor that's like going through all the news today is just like completely shocked.
Yep, I knew this was the fast one. Alright, so
also, we're tapping this into the child's head here.
oh yeah, that's true.
So the mothership is like showing these lights, and we're for some reason just banging on the head of the little baby like alien robot thing here.
So this is the last one.
And also,
red,
so also at the end of this, like the people are walking behind you have no idea what you're doing, but they're very, very happy for you. Also, I've just noticed in the screenshot there, the teacher is the one that's moving the globe. So the teacher is there in the background moving the globe. But yeah, so this one, you'll see all these people like have no idea what you've just done. You're dancing, they're dancing.
Everyone's
with
like,
you.
yeah, congratulations, woohoo! And then like they just don't know what's happening, but sure.
They're all super happy for whatever you've just done. But yeah, so we hop in a cab, and then we have Titanic Away Part 3. But yeah, we get B here, but we get an A+. We believe it's because the mini game that's removed from the game.
Yeah, it gives you an A.
No matter what.
Yeah. So even if you get like a B or a C for this one, you always get an A+. Yeah.
But yeah, we hop a cab to the shore, and it's the boatman.
Hello, boatman.
The true star of the story. Now this is the second time, like in his day, that he's saved someone.
Yeah, if you follow the storyline, this is the second day. Later on, he will get shrunken down. It will be the third time with Tsuyoshi. But this one, for now, it's like the third one or the final one, anyways, because
yeah. So Rika does. I don't know why he doesn't just tape it up, but he's just a bit unhappy with us again. But yeah, another 2 minutes or so of evacuating water from the boat, whilst the boatman just dances in the background or gets shot off into the sky. But it's also another absolute banger of a track.
Yeah, I need to concentrate a lot on this one.
Yeah, so
So, the items on this one actually makes a lot of difference because it's actually harder, and it'll give you like a lot, like 3 to 4 items, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of want them all to be low items as well, rather than ones that are thrown up into the air, because they have different times with how long they stay up. Oh my god, I've jinxed it for you now. But yeah, as long as the boatman's on the boat, you're free to like get your mash game on and go. But at this point in the game, fatigue is setting in, for me at least. But we're almost done. There's one mini game left.
Yeah, and that's another hard mini game as well. you may think like, hey, yo, the button mashing is gonna be over for this one. Nope. This is one more button mashing. It's gonna be the last mini game as well. And remember what I talked about, where you have to mash 3 buttons at the same time? That's the last mini game.
Yeah. So this one's like you realize isn't too bad, but the game's just like, well, we need to throw a challenge at you at the end. Well, this is actually not too bad. But yeah, you'll soon see like how bad it is, and also you'll get to hear one of the worst noises in the game, the squeaky bike. Brilliant, you're done.
Yeah.
That's really, really good. But the poor boatman, you know,
This is gonna be good rest, a little bit of a resting time for me, because afterwards there's gonna be a lot of button mashing.
But yes, Seagull just comes down, steals the boat. But yeah, she, you know, there's some junk items on the side of the road, you know.
Yeah.
So
She just takes a bike. She just takes a bike out of nowhere, and then, oh no, the lady in red is actually like the antagonist of the whole game.
Yeah. So the instructions for this minigame are to use left and right and triangle and X. And you've got to keep tapping triangle and X. And avoiding the crane ball and, you know, the standard equipment on a crane, you know, some cannonballs.
Okay, that was bad.
But there is the cheese strap. It doesn't always work because you do occasionally bounce off, but you can mash into the wall, and you'll see, like, just there, you can avoid the cannonballs that are on the far side of whichever side you're mashing into, but...
Oh, come on, dude.
Oh. But, yeah, see, the cannonball will drop on you, like, if you don't go fast. But again, this one throws this minigame at you, like, after everything that you've done. You've done so many button mashing minigames, the game's just like, no, just one more, you can do this. But, yeah, so we're being chased by the woman in the red dress in the crane because she wants the alien for some reason that we're not quite sure of because it's never explained.
Funny enough, you can actually play this game on oh, come on, speed up. Okay, you can play this game on a fighting stick. It's easier that way. But
Yeah.
I'm playing this game on a controller, so like, my right hand, my right arm. That's the beauty of this game as well. It's like you button mashing, and it's like trying to give you a lot of good stamina, but I haven't had good stamina for a while.
So this is probably the only like button mashing minigame that I don't mind too much. Like it's being I'm left-handed by natural default, so I can turn the controller and have my left hand do the triangle and X and not have to worry. And it's a good break after you've been mashing with your right hand for the full game.
Oh my god, please!
But yeah, the most of the mashing minigames are a lot easier to handle on fight stick with buttons.
Oh, time is gonna come up, by the way.
Yeah, time is as soon as he gets to 0, game clear is on the screen. Or stage clearing, sorry.
And, oh no, please, time.
And
right.
yeah, the like...
Yeah, the alien
just lets us fly away.
Yeah.
You know, it could have done that in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, the mother no, it's not the mother UFO. Sorry, the baby UFO is actually the one who actually brings you up like ET. It's just like cycles in, and then she got sucked in by the mother UFO. Sure, she got so happy she sucked in by the UFO. Brilliant.
So yeah, in terms of like getting home, we've had train, plane, small car, and alien mothership. You know, it doesn't get much weirder, but yeah, they fly off.
Oh, so this is all cutscenes, right? It's not the end.
Has had the most weirdest day of her life.
Yeah, this is not the end of the cutscenes, by the way. There are like a few more cutscenes, anyways, but that is like the end of the game, or like the end of the speedrun, anyways, because after this one is just mostly all cutscenes relating to like the final parts of the game where like all the family members actually go back together, and yeah. I don't know what's my time. I think my time is like, oh my god, it's a 101? Ooh, that's actually really good.
But yeah, she's made a cake where everyone's back in, you know, the house. But everyone's like happy.
Peace.
And Pacey the dog is alive and well after being.
Oh, this is the Dark Souls, game over screen. The dog
also,
is like.
We find out here that the grandma's really into like her heavy metal.
Oh yeah, she's into heavy metal. She's like singing, dancing, like doing a little twirl, and then I blah 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 blah, and then she goes all like.
But yeah, we find out that the woman in the red dress gets her comeuppance to meet the
The perverts.
totally nice ambulance workers.
Yes, we got her
And then,
now.
like the rest of the police force and army and stuff go pick up the
Boatman
bear.
is back.
The poor boatman is now stuck in the backyard of. But yeah, so we learn something sad now.
Yeah, this is the sad part. The grandpa is in 1994, 1995, 1996, and in 1997 they don't have the grandpa anymore because he died. Yeah. I'm gonna skip this part. So
yeah,
this is the final one.
The final recurring character. The globe is back.
Yeah, the globe
Somehow
went
it's
to
in
space. Yeah, it went to space all of a sudden. How? And then, all the way to Japan, into like the house. And then it says like to be continued, but like unfortunate part is that there's no Incredible Crisis 2. But
yeah,
this game is one of really good gems. It's like one of those hidden gems of the PlayStation games. If you want to play this game, do try to get this game and play this game. It's really fun.
it is. Everyone should play Incredible Crisis. At least once in their life.
Final thing where I want to show off. It's a little thing that on the menu on the setting screen they actually showed us. So if you go on the setting screen, you can actually see Pesu actually shaking his head. But if you turn vibrations on, you can see him actually shaking his head a lot. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen. One of the cutest things I've ever seen on a PlayStation game. It's really, really good. I love it so much. But yeah, this is an Incredible Crisis. Shoutouts to Yorkie for actually helping me with the commentary like all the time. I always ask him to actually commentate on my Incredible Crisis runs because a lot of the stuff in this one is like really, really fast paced and really I really had to focus a lot. So huge thanks to him. Huge shoutouts to Fleet Fast, also Ali as well for setting this up as well. And yeah. I don't know what's the next one. I think the next one is going to be Ali's run as well. So yeah. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
if you
Astro's Playroom, it seems to be.
If you do want to check me out at twitch.tv/juh0rse. That's juh0rse. Yorkie Desu is Yorkie Desu on the chat. And yeah, thank you guys for having me.